Was that 5 seconds? Alright. No, leave it in. Leave it in. We're doing it live.
Fuck it.
Fuck it! We're doing it live. Welcome to the Struggle City, City Limits. Whether you're staying or just passing through, be sure to enjoy your time here. Today, we have Miss, Dom, Dave, some fucking windbreaker.
Oh
What's going on?
Hey!
Yeah, so we have two new people here today. Dom and Pat are here to
Can they
discuss.
hear the peace signs I'm making? Into the mic?
Well, now that you informed them, I'm sure they can hear it.
Cool.
So we are here today to talk about saddest Disney movies. So be prepared because I might cry, and we might yell at each other.
I'm probably gonna laugh a lot.
Mostly you're just gonna yell at me because
Yeah,
Fox and the Hound.
basically.
Alright, yes. So, anybody in particular want to make their arguments first?
Like you do, so you can go.
Alright, I'll do it.
I'll go first, just rip off this band-aid.
No.
No, because we have to make a decent argument for it first. So now
There is no decent
there is
argument to be
okay,
made.
Casey, shush.
You
So-
shush.
No,
We
you
each chose two Disney movies to talk about that we thought were like the saddest ones. And I was originally going to pick The Lion King, but then somebody else wanted it, and we're going to circle back to that one. So then I picked The Fox and the Hound, and I picked Toy Story 3. And The Fox and the Hound, I think, is the saddest Disney movie ever made, ever, for several reasons. There are so many, like, hardcore life lessons in that one where you know that you're not going to stay friends with, like, your best friend forever. And that's such a hard
Oh my
feeling.
God.
And then the
Stop
second
it,
thing,
made me cry.
the second
You
thing
might-
that, like,
you might have
gets
to fight
me...
a bear.
It gets me every single time is that she abandons him in the woods. And,
Okay.
like, hang on. She leaves him there. And, like, that song
God
is going...
forbid you interrupt her.
Jesus fucking Christ. But she leaves him there. And it's just so depressing because he's so excited in the car and he's like, where are we going? We're going on a car ride. And she's like trying not to cry in front of him. And then they get there and she carries him there and he still doesn't understand. And then she puts him down and she's like trying not to cry. And then
You're trying not to
I know.
cry. Take a deep breath.
oh my god! And then she like puts him down, and she gives him a hug, and he's so confused, and she takes off the collar. Like that's just—it's animal abandonment. It's so sad because he doesn't know what he did
It's
wrong.
not animal abandonment.
It
because
is.
He's a fox. You're
She
not supposed
took
to
him
keep them,
in.
But you're not supposed to keep
She
them as
t-
pets.
Right,
I don't
she-
care.
she-
She took
she
him
effectively
in.
crippled
She
him.
saved his life. He would have died if
He's
she had not.
probably going to die because he doesn't really have any idea how to
But
fend
he
for himself.
didn't die,
in the wild.
clearly.
He fought
He
with
fought off a
Pixie,
bear.
And he had a little family.
He fought off
yeah.
a bear.
He did way better in that bear fight than Copper did.
Exactly.
Anyway, going back
Jesus.
to the abandonment.
This is
We're debating about something that's not even part of the debate. It's like a sub-debate.
Going back to that scene,
This is just how it is.
just that song in general is
That
so
song is garbage.
touching and it's like heartbreaking. And
It's
then
not garbage.
Fuck that song.
Fuck you.
Fuck what's up?
I'm never gonna get one sentence in here, am I?
Go ahead.
Thank you.
I was defending you.
I
in
know,
the
I
song.
appreciate that. Yes.
Thank you.
It is a very sad song. And he tries to follow her, and then she realizes, and she's like, no, you have to stay. And then he watches her leave. He watches his mother leave and never come back.
He's a fox. He's not supposed to be living with her anyway.
Right. And so
Well,
like
what
his,
happened if that was you and like your dog?
You don't abandon dogs because dogs are supposed to live with
I mean,
you.
technically foxes are
not.
dogs.
Well, I didn't write
you,
the
Casey.
movie. I can't, you know.
It's upsetting. And to see how
It's
Todd was
upsetting,
still
for
trying to
sure.
hold on to Copper and that friendship, and Copper was like, no, sorry, I grew up. I don't need you anymore.
We'll always be friends forever.
Yeah,
Oh my
forever.
God, every
Fucking
time.
liar.
Oh, and when they're playing around and they're the
My
best, of friends.
That was garbage.
No, I hate
yeah,
it.
I hate,
That
I hate
was
it.
not garbage.
Having so much fun together.
It just makes you sad when you're a kid because you're like,
Oh.
shit, I'm never gonna be like best friends with my friend.
Yeah.
And then you know see the parallels, like Copper's sitting on the farm with the old dog, and then Todd is up on the rock, kind of like almost like he's dead, like he's watching over him. Like it's just like really depressing.
It is.
You would have been so fucking mad when the old dog gets hit by the train.
He laughed. He fucking laughed.
You did not laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was so
Well, I didn't like
ridiculous.
the
Because he
old
just gets
I didn't-
railed by a goddamn
didn't-
train.
I didn't like the old
I
dog, so I didn't really
I thought he was
care.
dead. Like,
No,
how did he not die?
I did not like the old
How
dog.
did he
anyway.
not
I
turn
hated
into fucking
Chief. He was an
pasta
asshole.
sauce?
Chief was supposed to be an asshole.
Yeah, well,
that's what made
exactly.
Copper so tough.
Yeah, well, No.
Anyway, so that one, because it's so real, even though it's about a fox and a hound dog.
I agree because I haven't watched that movie in years. I can't.
Yeah, there will be some times when Joe and I will be talking about it because he'll rile me up because he knows that I get so upset that just by talking about it, I will start to cry. And it's so upsetting. It's just, how do you even bear? Like, I can't.
My sister won't let us buy the DVD. Like, we won't buy the DVD because we hate that movie. It's so sad. Like, I can't physically ever watch it
I
again.
had no issue watching it.
Like the whole
Well, you also don't have a heart, so I mean.
This one's true.
The whole thing with Big Mama saying like, "Oh, time has a way of changing things," and then Todd's like, "Oh, not my friend Copper. No, like we'll be friends forever." And then it's like, "No, you're not.
We'll always be friends forever."
You're not, and it's just upsetting.
Sounds like some creepy basement shit.
But like everyone goes through that, like from that transition from like high school to college. Like you have your best friend in high school, and then you
and
just,
everybody says you're not going to be friends anymore.
yeah, and then you're
All the
always like,
time.
no, we'll be friends, and then you never talk to that person again. Like that's how it always happens. But then as it's
That's not
happening,
true.
it's fine.
That is not true because I still talk to my best friend from high school.
Well, I still do
Me too,
but not
but it
for
was weird,
everybody.
like-
I just you were there. I just got a letter from him
Yeah, but like you don't hang out with him.
because it's a $5,000 fucking trip.
He lives in Japan.
No, I mean I spent all the time with my best friends from high school, but it doesn't always work out for people. Like even the friends that I made at college, I don't, we're really close, and I don't talk to them anymore. Maybe sometimes they send happy birthday, but I haven't seen them in 2-3 years.
It's hard to hang out with kids from my high school because our senior class had like some kind of record for suicides.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, if you're going to be the
Tank
best at
this
something,
Yeah,
conversation.
right? Hang on, going back real quick because I have another point to make.
Oh goodness.
I don't remember because I haven't seen it in so long. Why did Slade, was that his name, Slade?
Slade.
Oh, the old man.
The old man's name was not Slade. You're thinking about
It was
Teen Titans.
I was too.
It was
and
something
shit,
like that though. They said his name once.
Jesus.
Hold on,
Who
hold on.
cares?
Yeah, look it up, please.
I'm
But
looking
like,
it
I
up.
don't understand
Most
why
southern
he
name you
wanted
could think
to
of.
kill Todd so badly.
Because he was a fox.
Just because he was
No,
like,
because-
He was a trapper.
But don't
The
forget, no,
pelts.
he wanted Todd to go after Chief got hurt. Remember?
Yeah, so
But he
it was
wanted that
vengeance.
beforehand too.
That's
well,
because
well
he's
no,
a
now
fox.
it was
Yeah.
vengeance because then he went on to the protected game reserve and
Right.
set fire to the
Which
the
is
animals.
so wrong.
His name is Amos Slade. You were
Oh,
correct.
Slade, haha!
Why'd you have to tell her she was right?
Because I'm always right.
Because
We
I'm
went
not
over
gonna
that
lie to
before.
her.
Thank you.
I'm
But
on
yeah,
her
see, like-
side. Excuse
I
me,
lied to her
but
all the
I don't
time.
like any Disney movie ever.
That's so fucked up that like it's showing, oh hey, like we're gonna go onto this game reserve where it's supposed to be safe. It's supposed to be safe.
That's
and
what
we're
poachers do.
That's what
I-
poachers do.
Okay, well then that my point though being like
It's sad.
it's
Yeah,
hard.
no.
Yeah.
It's
I agree
hard
with you.
themes. Yeah. That's another reason. Like that's very realistic that people do that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And especially like when he goes into the shed when he's still a kid. And he
Oh,
sees
yeah.
like all of the animal furs and
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
It's like
That
this
was
is just
crazy.
wrong.
That's
That
just
was
him
nuts.
making a living too.
That was for me.
I don't
No,
give a
but
shit.
we're not
No.
saying.
I-
We're not gonna get into hunting.
Yeah.
That's one
No.
thing, but it's still when you're a kid,
Yeah, but hunting
seeing it is like because like I would.
It's the most dangerous
I-
game.
It's the most delicious game.
See, if you do it for food, that's fine. No one eats a fox.
No one eats a fox.
No, people just wear them.
They
Fuck
do
you.
make shoes.
Fuck you, Casey.
They make shoes.
That's
Don't
what they
touch
do.
me. Don't touch
They're
the
fancy
boxes.
boots.
That's what they do.
Don't
I'm
touch
not,
Alright,
I
what
don't,
are-
I'm not
what
saying
are
I
your-
agree with it.
What are your comments then, Fox and the Hound? Because he wrote down all of his comments while he was watching it.
And I'm just gonna
I was
point out
also
to
a
you
little
that every
drunk.
time you make a comment, I'm gonna make a counter comment. So go ahead.
I was also a little drunk.
Uh huh. You were drunk for Coco too.
I had to have been drunk for Coco.
Maya wanted to kill you.
That's fine.
She was so upset. She's like, he doesn't like Coco. I'm
Coco
like,
was
"No."
phenomenal.
Okay.
It was alright.
I think
Mm.
I've seen Coco like 100 times. I never want to watch that movie again. Gonna be
Her
honest with you.
sister's obsessed with
And
it.
my
Coco was
sister's
great.
obsessed with it, and my parents are too. All of us watch that fucking movie.
I mean,
on a
it's not really
regular
something I'd
basis.
watch more than once.
No, we've
It's
seen
like one of
it.
those ones where it's like, one was
We
enough, but it
watch
was
Disney
good.
movies a lot. This one, I've never watched a Disney movie more than I've watched Coco, and I want to kill myself.
Well, I mean,
honest to God.
you have an excuse. You don't. Well, I mean,
For
you
what?
don't like it. Yeah, you do. You don't like anything. Missy, though, I'm shocked.
I
I'm
like
shocked
plenty
Why?
of things.
that you don't
Fuck
like
off.
Coco.
No, I do like it. I just
I like it. I
It
just
wasn't
can't.
phenomenal.
I don't want to watch it for
It
a
didn't
very long
deserve-
time.
it did not deserve that Oscar.
It did not deserve
No, don't get me.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to talk about that. That was a jip, and I don't want to talk
Alright,
about it.
Casey got it.
Go ahead, Casey.
Alright, I think we already touched about how I hated the music. because it was designed to be emotionally manipulative.
Exactly,
That's the point of
that's
music.
the point of the music.
It can set a mood. It shouldn't dictate how you feel about the mood.
I like that though. Music is supposed to make you feel
It
things.
can guide you, yes, but it shouldn't tell you. It shouldn't
It
dictate.
doesn't
How
have
else
to
are you
tell
supposed to
you.
feel when she's fucking leaving him alone forever?
You should feel sad about that regardless of the music.
I don't
Exactly.
feel sad about that.
But the music helps,
Well,
and you
you
should be
have
fucking
no-
sad about it
you
because you're
have
such an animal person.
no
I am an animal
emotions.
person, and she fucked up because she shouldn't have taken in the fox.
So you would have just left him then as a baby.
Yeah.
He would have died.
No.
I'm getting a little heated.
Yeah,
I'm
free.
getting a little
It's survival of
heated.
the fittest. Darwin set those rules up for
He
a
didn't
reason.
have a mommy anymore. She
Okay.
died.
All right, a lot of orphans don't have moms either.
Anyway. Keep going. Oh my god!
I like animals more than people.
You shouldn't say that on a podcast where
I don't
everybody's
care.
gonna listen.
I don't care.
It's
My
a
last
popular
one.
opinion.
Yes,
it's
go
fine.
ahead. Your list.
The
Continue.
last few people I dated knew that I liked animals more than that.
That's what my girlfriend says about me.
Wait, time out. Was that...
No.
No? Okay.
I hated the voice actors because fucking Corey Feldman played young Todd.
Who's
I don't know
Corey
who that
Feldman?
He was big in the 80s, so yeah, you wouldn't know him.
Yeah, we weren't alive
I
yet.
fucking hate Corey Feldman.
Is she still alive?
He's still alive.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a fair reason.
Yeah.
I will give you that. I don't
Uh,
agree with you, but it's
I hated the simple dialogue, but that's just a given in a Disney movie.
it's a kids movie.
It's a
The
kids movie.
have to
That's
be able to
not a
understand
fucking
it.
excuse.
No,
Yes,
it is.
though.
Not an excuse.
Yes,
It is.
How are you going to expect a 5-year-old to understand all of these
Quantum
like,
physics or things like
If
that.
5-year-olds can't understand nuance, then they should get the fuck
Fair
out.
point. Fair point.
Jeez.
What else? Oh, why the fuck was it 80 minutes long? It felt like goddamn 2 hours.
Was it that long?
It was that long.
Was it
What's
really?
80 minutes is a long time for what is like a 5-minute story.
Most
No, I
Disney
was-
movies are pretty long.
Yeah.
Right,
Moana was
but-
really long.
Right, but that had a story. That went places. This did nothing.
This
It
did go places.
It did go places.
This
it showed
was-
you the relationship between a fox and a dog and how you can't
It shows you one meeting between them, and then it time jumps to where they're automatically adversaries.
No, as the time goes on, you're supposed
No,
to
you
get
There
see
was no
how-
time that went
Yeah,
on.
you
Yes,
saw
there
how-
was.
you saw
It was
how-
the- he went away in the
saw how
winter.
Todd-
Shit, that
not
was,
Todd, you
that was
saw
the
how
other
Copper
thing I
grew
wanted to
up.
look up.
You saw how Copper grew up. I
Yeah.
called him Todd,
Oh,
not
okay.
the right name.
Yeah, you saw Copper.
That was
grow
the
up.
other thing. Not really.
Yeah,
Yes, you did.
The whole sequence when they were in the woods hunting, and mom and the bird, the owl, was telling Todd how like he's gonna come back and he's gonna be different.
He's gonna be a hunting
Dave.
dog.
Exactly.
While you're on your phone, do me a favor, look up the time it takes for a caterpillar to become a butterfly.
Oh my god.
I'm
Because-
on it, Casey.
Okay.
Because
Can
that
I
is
just-
essentially
no,
the
no,
time span
time.
of the movie.
Time. I'm gonna be real with you. You're picking apart a movie that's not real. Your logical arguments aren't gonna work because it's not supposed to be logical. It's supposed to be cute. You can't argue logic.
Yeah, Disney is not logical. Look at fairy godmothers and all that bullshit.
Exactly. There was a freaking dragon in Sleeping Beauty. You can't argue logic.
It can
with
take
these
about
movies.
4 weeks in the peak of summer in warmer climates. The egg takes about 5 to 10 days. The larva, caterpillar, and pupa chrysalis each take about 10 to 14 days.
Yeah, that's a long
Okay,
enough
so-
time.
So it's like 2 weeks. 2 to 4 weeks.
4 weeks. Alright, next point.
But I'm gonna go again. You can't argue logic in a movie that's illogical.
Mhm.
You can't.
I'm not trying to be logical.
It is.
I'm trying to
You
look at the time frame. So
But
about
that's
2, maybe
logical.
3 weeks.
But is that not logical?
for the for both of them to grow up so quickly and to develop that quickly over that time span.
It's insane.
No, put your hands down. Put your fucking hands down.
Alright, and I can argue the same thing about The Lion King, too. Like, it's like overnight, almost.
Mhm.
Okay, well, animals
But it's okay,
grow
but it's
faster than
not
people.
a real. But it's not real.
I'm
We're gonna
just-
fight logic with
it's not
logic,
the
guys.
If
No,
you
it's not the
make
point that
them
it's
grow
not
up in
real.
if you make them grow up in a normal time span for the movie will be like 10
gonna have to be a
hours
series.
long.
Also, it's over a year. It's over a year because they had his birthday. They show a picture.
Right, but that same caterpillar becomes a butterfly.
Okay,
So that is the time span.
Casey.
No, it's not.
It's not Casey. They
Then it
have
has
to
to
Fuck
be
the caterpillar!
It would have to
Fucking
be-
comic relief,
It would have to be a
dumbass.
different caterpillar.
No, Casey, it's
but
a
no.
movie. It's a movie. If they made it as long as you think it's supposed to be, it would have to be a series, not
I'm
a
just
movie.
saying-
Plus, he was under a lot of fucking stress from the other two birds who were constantly trying to eat him. So,
I don't think stress is
I
going
think
to
it-
go. I don't think
Go
stress
with
has
me
anything-
on this.
I'm not going to go with you. I've already told him he can't make logical arguments in a movie that's illogical.
he's not the main part of the story here, Case.
I'm not saying he's the main part of the
Well,
story.
you're
but
making
I'm
him. You're making him the main part of the story.
Yeah.
Keep going. Next argument.
This is less of a criticism, but more like just an odd aside. So this was drawn in the 80s. This was drawn in 81.
Here we go.
Okay.
Why are they driving cars from the 20s?
I don't know.
It doesn't have to be based at the same time when it
That was
was
just weird.
fucking.
No, it's the same thing the original
Drive.
was,
I know,
too.
I know.
It's
It's just- like I
based
said,
in
it
the
was-
jazz era.
Like I said, this was just a drunk
The
aside.
Incredibles was in the 50s.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like officially.
50s, 60s,
Officially,
yeah.
it's
yeah.
50s.
I thought 60s.
And then
No,
the second
it
one.
doesn't
It doesn't have to be the same fucking time period.
Exactly.
Nobody in the fucking 50s was as thick as
You don't know that.
This is illogical. It's not real, Pat.
For those of you listening, Mrs. Incredible. Elastigirl.
Yeah, but you're calling her Mrs. Incredible.
She has
She's
her
her
own
own
name.
person.
Her
Elastigirl.
ass is her own person.
She's
Elastigirl
nice.
would
She's
fucking
very
get it.
thick.
She's thick.
Oh, and the best part is, like, she's her own rubber.
Yep.
Oh my god.
There's so many possibilities. I could turn her into a goddamn guitar.
Oh my god!
I've always wanted to fuck a guitar.
Okay.
Anyway,
Next
Oh.
point.
next point.
Uh.
We're getting off of Elastigirl.
Oh, this is your favorite comment.
I hate you for this.
Todd is an actual idiot and deserves to be a scarf.
How the fuck can you say that? For real. How could you say that about any
What if
animal
somebody
out there
said that
where
about
they
your
should be a
hair?
scarf?
What if somebody was like, "I'm going to cut your hair and make it off in a scarf"?
You don't
Somebody
give a shit about
did.
his hair. No,
He's
what
not
if somebody
dying.
said
Talking about
cat,
Janine.
Case?
That's what I'm
What
doing
about
next
somebody
weekend.
if say that about your cat?
Yeah, about Gaia. What if somebody said that
Or
about
Hera.
Gaia? Or
Because
Hera.
she's fat enough to
They're
make a scarf.
domesticated.
I'd be
though.
flattered if somebody came to me and was like, "Yo, I want your cat's pelt."
That's
like,
fine.
listen,
What if
nobody
somebody-
asked
what
for
if
that,
somebody
so
said
We
I
can't
wanna
bring
make-
logic into this.
The entire
Yes, I
plot of
can,
the
with this.
101 Dalmatians.
Because that's Casey. That's
Or
another
Cruella.
Somebody said they wanted to
theme.
make Gaia out of slippers. Would
Gaia-
you be okay with that? Would make Gaia 2 slippers. Because she could be 2
I
slippers.
thought you said you make a cat out of slippers. Like, okay, all right, you witch.
Oh my god. But no, Casey, this is another big theme in this movie where it's
No, I
like,
get
look
it.
at animal cruelty,
I get it,
look
but-
at poaching,
but
look at all this
also-
bullshit that's happening in the world.
Here's the other thing.
Okay.
It's a fucking joke.
No.
It was a fucking joke that I wrote
Why would you joke about that?
because he was an actual idiot.
He's a kid!
He was an actual
He's
idiot.
he's not a kid, he's a fox.
Actually, he's a fox. Yeah.
He's a fox,
He's
he's, not
it's-
real.
no.
This is gonna
It's
fucking
a
pop a
kid.
blood vessel.
It's not a kid, he's a fox.
Kit, no, Kit, K-I-T, that's a baby fox. Kit.
Whatever.
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
We're gonna get technical.
I'll look it
here.
up.
I was
He's
gonna
a
call him a
Can't
cub
bring
earlier, I was
logic
like,
into
that's not right.
this.
Oh, what?
A cub, but
Keep
I knew that
going,
wasn't right.
I don't want to get into
No.
I was like, well, Casey would argue that.
I just
Okay.
love Todd because he's so beautiful to look
He's
at, and he's
cutting
like
the
half
hound
dog,
off.
half cat, and I love those animals so much.
I really wish I would have gotten you the Todd thing I saw, but I was
I
not
still
sure
love
if
my
it was
Nala.
Todd.
Also, what the fuck kind of name is Todd?
It means fox! I
does,
just
it
found
does.
that out! Oh
It
my
does.
god, I just like kind of stood up.
In what language? Redneck?
No. I did have it. I thought I wrote it down.
I'm so sorry. I couldn't even look up.
But it is like a legit thing.
Oh my
It
goodness.
means fox.
Todd is
Wait,
also a man
can I
that
just-
sleeps on your
This has
couch.
nothing to do with Disney. Wait, you know what I
Oh.
realized? And I'm
Todd
really
just sounds like the
an
name of a
idiot.
divorced husband.
So if you
smokes a
add
lot of
two
pot.
It
odd
is.
numbers together, you get an even number. But if you add
There's
an
a lot of
odd
below,
and an
too.
even number together, you get an odd number.
Fuck, I just had it.
Okay.
I just I was adding numbers last night and I just realized it.
It's middle
math
English.
major.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
it's a Middle English term for
I
fox.
didn't even realize it.
Well, now it's just a stupid ass name.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No,
it's
it's not.
cute.
Well,
And
no,
she
'cause
says-
here's the other thing, because I'd been writing it with two
I'm
D's.
gonna name my son Todd just to piss you off.
I'd been writing it
That's
with
not
two
gonna piss me
D's
off.
because
It's your loss.
she
All right,
because
guys.
the old lady refers to him as a toddler. So in my mind, that's where she got Todd from.
Which is fair, but it's TOD.
Okay, fine.
No two. There's
Is there
not
not
two
two
D's.
There's not two
No,
D's.
it's only
No,
one
it's only
D.
one.
The Old English
Getting my mind blown.
derivation
I know, right?
is the one D.
Oh,
Mhm.
Right.
wow.
Okay, keep going.
She isn't about the 2Ds. If you know what I
You-
Nah.
DP.
Eiffel Tower?
Double penetration.
Oh.
I wouldn't have balance for that shit.
You're not the balance.
No.
You are
It's
just
the two dudes holding hands above you.
yeah. You were just like the axle in between.
Whatever. Just go
You're
ahead.
part of
Go
the
ahead.
A-frame.
We're getting off topic.
It ain't gay if it's a three-way.
It's a devil's triangle.
Continue.
I hate all the bird characters.
Even games.
Speaking of penises,
Even Big Mama?
You know my thoughts on Big Mama.
Why do you hate the other two
Not the
birds?
first time I've heard somebody say that.
Irritating.
They're supposed to be
They're
funny.
adorable.
They weren't funny.
That's because you're an adult.
That's because
It's
you
not
want
a
to be
part.
You finally admit that I'm an adult.
Shh, you can't let him know that he is
Well,
one.
he's 31.
this is a
I mean,
monumental.
It's a
moment
huge,
here
it's a
on the
huge thing,
podcast.
and it's fucking, and
He's
it's fucking
31.
recognized.
He's not 31. He's 30.
31.
Alright.
Well, the only way to find out is to cut off a limb and count the rings.
Oh
so.
my goodness. Anyway,
We already talked about how I hate the music.
Yes.
And we already talked about the time skip.
are you done?
No.
No. Oh my Jesus.
Oh, goddamn notebook.
Oh no. When I get drunk, I take notes. Oh, Todd the incel, because after she makes fun of him, after
You
the
haven't explained to me what that is.
okay,
Wait, who makes fun
Don't
of
do
him?
it.
the vixen.
Oh, Big
Because
Pixie?
yeah, so and he gets all mad and pissy and calls her a stupid woman.
Oh.
Does he call her a stupid woman?
Something along that line.
Something along those lines.
And my first thought was Todd the incel, which I
Okay.
thought was
Okay, but he's
fucking
also-
hysterical.
Okay, can I make my argument for that?
What's an incel?
Don wants to know.
An incel is a so it's part of like the grossest part of the internet, like Reddit, and it stands for involuntarily celibate. So these are creepy, sad, like grown
Okay.
men, like my age, Dave's age.
Pat.
Hang on, and they blame women for their inability.
Oh yeah. I
So if
didn't know
you
there
ever
was a
heard the
word
term
for it.
Chad or Stacy, it comes from incel lingo.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It's a
I didn't.
thing.
I knew. No. I knew it was a thing, but I didn't know it had a word
It's a
like
thing.
incel.
It unfortunately has a thing.
Let
Women
me
don't
make
want to
my-
fuck me?
Yeah.
Nobody can fuck me.
Let
No,
me
it's not.
make
It's
my
not.
argument.
It's not even that.
No,
It's
no,
like
it's
worse
like
than that.
so women are so they can't get fucked. So women are the reason that they can't get fucked. Not that
or attractive guys that are known as Chads are the reason they can't get laid because they're stealing away the Stacys, all the attractive women.
So they don't blame. They can't take responsibility for the fact that they're the reason they can't get laid.
But realistically,
everybody else.
Stacy's mom.
Has
There's a
gotten
sock.
wrong.
That is really where it's at.
I
Do people not realize there's like literally a sock for every foot?
You're just not the girl
This is
for
true.
me.
Sometimes too. Sometimes there's a pink sock for every foot.
Yeah, there's a.
Oh, God.
I mean, crudely, there's a pussy for every dick.
Okay.
So, incel's stupid.
All right.
So anyway,
Okay,
so make
going
your
back,
argument for
I'm making
incel.
my counter argument to this. He was just abandoned by his mother, and his whole world is upside down. He doesn't have any of the life skills that he needs to survive on his own, which she was never going to put him back to survive on his own. So she didn't have to worry about that. He didn't have to worry about that. And he has no one. So he's trying to take Big Mama's advice and be like, oh, okay, let me like woo her so that I can have a friend, so that I can have a potential lover and be happy.
Woo her.
Yeah.
Woo her.
Woo her.
I have a
Woo,
counterpoint
woo,
to
whatever.
that.
Okay, hang on. And so he tries desperately to
Oh.
catch a fish to impress her. And that men do that a lot, not catch the fish part, but try to impress women.
Sometimes fish catch you.
But yeah,
Soviet, right?
It's called the clap.
and so he
The old
messes
Sith.
up, and everybody's laughing at him, and he's frustrated. And I think
And he feels emasculated.
right. And
Goddamn
while it's not acceptable for him to call her a stupid woman or anything like that, it's understandable why he was so upset. And he goes and apologizes to her. So fuck you.
You're depending on man.
I love
This
Todd.
is very
I love
uncharacteristic.
Todd.
That's why she
Very
loves Zootopia.
uncharacteristic.
That's why she loves Zootopia. She projects onto the fox in that.
Oh yeah, because he's
No.
Are you
He's not
low key a
that
fox furry? And
No.
she's not telling
No,
us?
I just really love foxes.
No.
She said
She
no
also-
too fast.
I'm a feathery, remember?
She
She
likes
already had the
geese.
answer.
I like
That's
geese.
not a full term. I'm just letting you know. You can't just go around and say that. 'Cause
I'm
I
gonna
have
say
no
that.
idea if that's a real thing.
Do you have any other points to argue?
Yeah, I do. I have a counterpoint to that. So Todd was perfectly okay with being abandoned after the fact that there was a very good possibility that he was going to get some ass. He forgot about that old lady real quick when he saw that
He
pretty
kind of
girl.
had to.
He really,
had
yeah,
to.
he didn't
No,
have any choice. It's
which
either
I-
he
which I
forgets
get,
about the old lady,
But that
or
happened
he,
real quick.
yeah, because he needs to move on.
Plus, Big Mama kind of told him to,
exactly.
and he trusted her.
Oh, for being called the Fox and the Hound, there's way more Fox than Hound.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I kind of forgot the Hound was in there.
To counterpoint that, though, real quick.
Shit, I got way too drunk. I can't read this.
Oh my God. You see Copper grow up in that time frame of like him learning how to hunt.
You time frame that you don't like.
Right, and you don't see that with Todd, so you don't see him grow. You just see him as a baby and then him as the adult.
Right.
So.
Which I don't like. I don't like time skips. I didn't like time skips in Naruto. I didn't like time skips in One Piece.
The one in Naruto didn't make sense.
That's garbage.
Well, I'm sorry that time moves forward.
And
What do you want from me?
Time moves
so
forward.
the
with
bear
or
from
without
Brave was just like
If
straight
I
up
could
stolen from
turn
this.
back time.
Okay, share.
I can be wrong to you.
That's pretty solid.
I know.
Oh, that's Pat's secret job.
I sing Cher songs.
Is that why you were late today?
You can
Maybe
be my
one day
sonny.
you'll drop
I was
dead
at
and I'll
work.
come to your dress and come to your funeral in a red dress.
I got you, babe.
Do you love him, Loretta? God, Mom, I love him awful. That's too bad.
Alright, go ahead, Chris.
No, that's all. Because I think
That's all, okay.
because I stopped caring after that. Because then it started. They're like, oh, we're gonna have kids because we just met. So
I think 6 is the perfect number.
ooh.
I remember that.
Yeah, yeah. Like 6 and 6 what?
6 kids.
6 what? No, I know.
Oh, okay.
Maybe-
I thought Pat had asked that. I'm sorry.
What?
I couldn't.
I said like
can't
Pat?
see your. No, I can't see your mouth, and then you were blocked by this, so I didn't know where the sound was coming from.
She's deaf, guys.
Yeah,
She's only half deaf.
yeah,
she's
but
still
all
deaf.
So
around
I only
that
have to be
side.
half as nice.
You're on the wrong side. I'm on the wrong side
You
too.
are, yeah, but it's alright.
It's fine. You're enough.
You should be sitting where
Um,
Casey's at.
It's alright, fine. Well, we'll switch next time.
I don't listen next time.
I can't stay near you.
I want to sit where
Um,
Casey's sitting, but he doesn't have to move.
But yeah, guys are pretty dumb. So for him to not know that she was talking about having babies, like, yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Oh my God.
I mean, yeah, we
I'm
are
just
pretty
saying.
dumb.
Wait,
Yeah.
first she
Yeah.
went to defending Todd, now she's going to say Todd's stupid.
It is a reasonable
The duality of
reaction
man.
to
Todd
be
is stupid and
frustrated.
deserves to be a scarf.
Oh my God, fuck you, man.
All-
Anyway,
all
let
of
us
them deserve
know.
to be a
So
scarf.
next movie.
Let us know in the comments what you guys think, and we're moving on.
Okay. So who
Scarves.
wants to go next?
Tell me why Miss is wrong.
Now tell me why Casey's wrong.
Okay.
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 Next movie,
We're-
let's go to Dom.
We're
Okay.
totally at us.
So I also picked Fox and Hound, but we
Don't
already
be
picked
greedy.
that apart. So I picked Lilo and Stitch because I always end up crying during the scene where Nani realizes that Lilo's gone. But I think as I was reflecting on the other parts of the movie, I found the whole movie to be sad because
Son of a bitch.
they lose. Not only do they lose their parents, but just thinking about how Nani is trying to keep her head above water and take care of Lilo, who is a strange kid, and like she really doesn't have any friends, and especially somebody who didn't have a lot of friends when I was
That's
in
smoke
grade school
detectors.
growing up. Like
Like right
watching her be weird and me kind of be the same weird, you know, it gets hard to watch because you're like, you know, this girl is she doesn't have anybody and you don't have anybody, and then the part where the other part where just a whole bunch of moments when she's with Scrump and she's trying to show them and she says, you know, and they run away from her when she's trying to say, you
And
know,
then she throws him on the
she's
ground.
really sad because she has to, and you don't hear the rest of it and you don't know what she said. But then the part where Stitch leaves and she goes, "It's okay if you want to leave, everybody does." And that just like kind of hits you. And then the scene where they're sitting on the hammock and he's watching them and Nani's trying to tell her that she's gonna leave and she's gotta go, and like the whole movie is just, it's funny and there's great parts, but there's also all that underlying sadness of, you know, being an outcast and a family that's really torn apart. And so like especially at the end when Nani realizes Lilo's gone, she breaks down and cries, and I'm breaking down and crying, holding onto my pillow and going, why is the world so cruel?
I will admit that scene gets me.
Yeah.
That is upsetting for sure.
Luckily, that one ends happy because I don't think Fox and the Hound ends happy. That one ends happy, obviously, because everybody stays together.
Fine.
But even when he goes, "This is my family," it's
This
little
is
and broken.
my family.
It's little and broken.
Cannot means family. Family never get left behind.
It's just really
Or forgotten.
sad.
Or
Ah.
So-
And it was also sad to me that like Nani overheard Lilo praying and saying
Oh
like, "Send
my
me an
God.
angel," and she's like, "All right, like
The
I'm gonna help."
nicest angel you have.
Yeah, like I'm gonna
And
help
then a
my
little
sister,
demon
and
spawns
then
out
they
of the
pick this
sky.
one out. And the fact that she
God
names
works in
him
mysterious
Stitch,
ways.
to stitch the family back together. The fact that she makes Pudge the peanut
Oh
butter
my
sandwich
God, Pudge
because
the-
he controls the
I
weather.
never even thought about the fact that his name is Stitch because they stitched the family
Yeah.
back together.
Mhm.
Oh, Pudge
Yeah.
the Fish. I love Pudge the Fish. That's
I've
my
never seen
favorite
that.
line of all time.
It's a great movie.
I've
It's,
never
it's
seen
one of
it.
my favorite Disney's.
Don't watch it, Casey. I'm kind of done telling Casey to watch
No,
Disney movies
don't
because
touch
I actually
it.
think you'd like Lilo and Stitch.
It's pretty.
I don't think
know,
he would.
man. I don't know.
There's
It's very
aliens in it.
illogical. There's
It's
aliens.
so illogical. There's aliens in
There's
it.
no aliens built
You
America.
actually
There's a
see
gay
Punch
alien,
the
too.
fish with a sandwich.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Elton
I forgot
John.
about him. He reminds me of David Spade for some reason.
I liked it.
He's voiced by that one guy. He has glasses. I don't remember his name.
Like a dollar store version of David Spade.
But she does also
Yeah,
really
kind of.
try to make everything okay for Lilo. Like when Lilo got her fired,
I mean, think about how old Nani was.
she was like
She was
17.
like, she was definitely like 18 to 19,
Yeah.
and she's trying to keep her sister with her. And I always got mad at Mr. Bubbles. I'm like, you have no idea what it's like. She's trying her best, and like, I wish she would have just explained
Kevin
that
McDonald.
Lilo was supposed to be somewhere else, and she
Oh,
wasn't
ew.
home alone. Like, it
Jesus,
just,
he looks like he
the
needs to
whole
be on a
movie,
fucking
you're
list.
just like trying, hard to, help Nani, and you can't help Nani
Well, you
because
know what,
it's not
though?
real.
Either David should have stayed with Lilo, or they should have taken Lilo with them to go to that interview.
Yeah, she doesn't know how to be a parent. She was never given the chance. Like, her parents died, and
No.
and the
That's
funny
just
thing,
bad
and
parenting.
the worst part is, oh my god, you did not just say
It's in
that.
the rule book. Don't fucking die before your kid's 18.
But the worst part is, you're okay. You're okay.
Oh my god!
The worst part is, like, Nani didn't even get to, like, grieve because she had to take care of Lilo. She had to explain to Lilo what happened.
And
Like,
she
Nani
killed her
had
parents.
my god, get the heck out.
Oh,
Get
what
out.
a twist!
I kind of wish that Nani would just
This
tell
is a
Lilo,
Shyamalan movie all of a sudden.
"Hey, this is what's happening. This is why I need you to behave with this guy."
It's not that easy. She's a kid. She doesn't get it. She doesn't get the weight of
No, isn't she like 21 or something like that?
Nani?
She's like really young.
Nani is, but no, we're talking about Lilo. How she doesn't tell
Oh, okay.
Lilo straight things, and like Lilo doesn't get it. Like she
Right.
even said, "Do you want to be taken away?" And Lilo doesn't understand.
Right.
She
She's
doesn't
like 8.
Yeah. She gets it eventually
She's a
later
child.
when she runs away from Mr.
a
Bubbles in the
child.
first place. But like
Mr. Bubbles?
Cobra Bubbles.
Cobra Bubbles.
Cobra
That's his
Bubbles.
name.
Your knuckles spell Cobra.
My friends need to be punished.
I'm definitely not watching this.
No, you know what though? She does really enjoy Elvis music, which when I was younger I liked, and now that my dad likes Elvis so much, I kind of was like, ugh. So now I don't really like watching it for the Elvis music, but they do have good
My
music.
mom loves Elvis. My mom actually
I
loves
love
this
Elvis.
movie.
First
I
song I
don't
ever
like
sang
Elvis.
is
I
a
love
baby.
Elvis.
Go ahead, watch it.
I'm not real-
She goes on like an entire Elvis tour of Hawaii. It's pretty
Oh,
interesting.
at the end, yeah.
It's in the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
It's right when she picks
Oh.
up Stitch.
Well, it was his last
Oh,
big
she
concert.
goes to where does he live? Where did he live? Green something.
No,
Graceland?
they do
Graceland.
eventually go to
Graceland,
at the end
yes,
of the
that
movie.
place.
They
Were
go
you
Yeah,
about to
at
say
the end.
Greenland?
Yeah.
He lived in Greenland. That's-
Thank you very much.
I thought Green was in it somewhere, but I was
Green
confused with
Graceland. Grace Greenland.
Whatever. They do go there at the end, so
I mean, it's great, but it's very emotional. I don't think people think of it too much of as an emotional movie because just focused on all the funny parts. But
Yeah.
it is to me, like, I think it's a very deep movie. And also, I love how thick they make Nani because yes,
Oh.
thank Jesus.
All right.
not in like a
Somebody-
sexy way.
I don't want to
Not
bring
in
up
a
two
sexy
thick characters.
way.
I was waiting for somebody else to do it. I was going to say that though.
She's definitely the most
She's
realistic.
Most
person in Disney
realistic
movies.
Disney female
Wait,
character body.
And you know what I love about it? Her calves are as big as her, like, the beginning of her thighs, which is the same way my legs are. So I was, like, super happy about that.
thick women for the win.
Oh,
Thick.
All right,
down with the thickness.
so I'm gonna move to Pat.
All right. So, the saddest Disney movie for me, and it's not even the whole movie, it's just the first, 8 minutes or so, is Up. It just... I remember the first time I went to see it in the movies when I was young, and I cried my eyes out. And I was like, are you really bringing me to see this shit? Like, this is really sad. My mom wasn't crying, and she cries at everything, so I was like, okay, am I just a psychopath? But... I don't even like the rest of the movie. I'm not a huge fan of Up. I don't
the rest
like
of the
it.
movie's just standard adventure bullshit.
It's just,
Shush.
yeah.
That
Love
opening
this
5
movie.
minutes is the best.
We were gonna name my dog
It's the
after
best love
Ellie,
story
the
ever.
character. We love that
amazing.
movie.
But when
Vince
Ellie is her
Earl?
name, yeah.
Yeah.
When she dies, you see it coming because they're both dirt old. But
Oh my
at the same time, it's like, damn, you just got me attached to this woman. They've loved each other
For
since
5
childhood,
minutes.
since fucking childhood, people. And Now they're
And
just
somehow he's made fucking bank as a balloon salesman.
Yeah. Also,
Well, yeah.
the other
It's
thing
not
that
the only
like
thing he's peddling.
Oh.
Well, it's also
the fact that everything that has to do with them is shaped differently.
Yes.
So everything for him is square, everything for her is circular, even the chairs.
Yeah.
That's because it fits their head.
Yeah, you got a square head. She's got like a balloon head, which is funny because he uses balloons to fly. Oh my god, that could have taken a really dark turn.
Because
Wait, wait.
she loved to
She-
blow.
She's shaped like a balloon too.
Hundreds and hundreds of Ellie heads to.
He just loved to blow her up.
Oh
He
god,
was selling Ellie.
he blew that back out several times.
Movie. Stop.
I mean, they did try to have a baby, so
for sure.
there was
See,
at least
that's-
one time where he blew her back out.
Okay, but that was like the actual sad part in there where like they lost the baby.
Yeah, it was
See,
real. Like
but
that was the thing
yeah.
with me was it was how real it was.
And when she's sitting in the backyard, just
Yeah.
alone for a bit.
Yeah, that was fucked.
See, the
Um,
part that I thought was actually one of the saddest after that, because I cried during the beginning, but the end when they reveal that the house made it to where it was going to
That
be,
was-
like,
yeah,
I bawled.
that
I
too.
couldn't even breathe. I was crying so hard. Like, of course they would do that. And I knew it was coming, but I was still crying.
But like that first, 8 to 10 minutes of that opening, that's a lot of character development.
yeah, with
Done-
no
done-
words spoken.
Yeah, done with no dialogue,
Yeah.
which I will admit is impressive.
Disney
Yeah.
done it, did it.
Well,
Disney
that was
done
Pixar.
did it.
Disney
Okay,
can't
but
do that.
Disney and
Pixar
Pixar,
done did it.
This is all what we're talking about today, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
That,
They should just merge and call themselves Dixar.
Yeah,
Dicks are what?
dicks are us.
Dixar up.
I'm done with you.
Only when Elastigirl's on screen.
Oh my god.
Or Lonnie.
Or Lonnie, yeah.
Nani.
Lonnie. I don't know.
Lonnie.
I didn't
Did
see
you
it.
call her Milani?
No, he called her Lonnie.
Moani.
Lonnie. Mulani.
We're getting all our
crossover.
fucking
Milani.
Hawaiian movies mixed up. There aren't many of them, so.
They all look the
Movie.
same.
Moana and Lilo and Stitch, are you shitting me?
Mulani.
I was like,
I thought Mulan and Nani.
I said
Milani.
Milani.
listen,
No,
man.
Whatever.
I'm lost.
Alright then.
Anyway,
Moving
so,
But anyway,
anyway.
yeah, Up's fucking sad, man.
You know, after Dixar, let's continue on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Casey, you actually had movies to talk about.
One
today.
isn't a Disney movie, as I just found out.
Oh, well then you can't use it.
Really?
What movie is it?
Is it John Carter?
No, Secondhand Lions.
No, John
Oh.
Carter is.
I thought I could have sworn up and down this was a fucking Disney movie. It's not. I
No,
don't
it's
know.
it's
New
New Line
Line.
Cinema, right? That's what
We'll
it is.
just
Yeah,
look
New
it
Line.
up.
He moves in with his uncles.
Yeah, Haley Joel Osment moves in with his crazy uncles, and then
I'm Brady in the back.
oh, thank God.
All right, the closest thing Haley Joel Osment's ever gonna get to Disney is Kingdom Hearts. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Dude, have you seen what he looks like?
He looks,
he
He looks like
the
a
same.
fucking potato person.
It's like somebody blew his child version of him up.
Yep. He looks like he wants to say, I see dead people so bad.
Yeah,
That's,
he is a dead person.
That's when he dies.
Just, yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, that was after Forrest Gump, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. So it was Sixth Sense. Is when
Yeah.
They had lions on a farm. What the heck?
Yeah, how cool was that?
They want to
Yeah.
die?
is that when it becomes a zoo?
Just the line.
Okay, so what other Disney movie?
Well, the only other one that I have, like, as a frame of reference for sad was maybe John Carter.
Oh my gosh.
John
not
Carter
John Carter.
sucks.
That
I
was
love John
such a
Carter.
Of course you do.
It was
It's
great.
a bad movie.
It's not a
It
bad
was just
movie.
It's a
it was
terrible
horribly
movie.
advertised.
I didn't even watch
Totally
it and I
advertised.
knew it was a bad movie.
Well, you
We've
can't say
also
it was a bad
discussed
movie.
the fact that Casey doesn't like good movies.
Yes.
Also,
So.
fuck you.
Fuck you.
You don't like
Alright.
good movies.
I have plenty of good movies.
There's only one movie that I will call acceptable for you to like, and it's Moonstruck because I love that movie.
It is a
But
good
that's
movie.
about
It's a
it.
really good movie.
Alright, we'll make your argument for
John
John
Carter.
Carter.
Now I don't want to after I don't like good movies.
You don't have to make your argument. We can move
I mean,
on.
we can keep going.
No, we can move on.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I-
Ready,
I-
Dave?
Yeah. I think we got time for one more.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to do Lion King?
Sure.
I'll sacrifice my time.
Because we can have the argument about
Like
the
Scar
Lion King.
sacrificed Mufasa.
Exactly. Long live the king.
Oh, no.
So Dom and David don't think that The Lion King is sad.
I don't think Lion King is sad because I have a thing.
Most
for
of
Scar.
it isn't. I think just the one part where Mufasa dies is really the only.
I don't even think
Yeah.
it's sad
The
because
particularly
I think it's
sad
cool
part-
that Scar throws
No,
off
Dom
a
just
cliff.
finds it erotic because she loves Scar so much.
He's such a. Oh my god, that was the most badass scene. I think it's not
She's
even
not
sad.
bad.
It's badass. It's like It's
She's
so
a
badass.
furry.
He grabs him by the paws. He screams. He just goes long live the king. And then Mufasa's
And-
eyes just like the shock of realizing that he's about to die. Such a badass
Well, on
scene.
top of that,
he just throws him and
he-
he's screaming and Simba's screaming. I'm like,
Thank
yes.
you,
I
bro.
love how you just love Hamlet from that. It's fantastic for me.
And the sound it makes when his claws go into Mufasa's
Oh
hand.
yeah.
And then he roars.
Oh, it's
Oh
great.
my
That
god,
entire
the scene is
so
not
well
even.
done.
It's
I
not.
don't know any of
It's
it.
so iconic. It's like
Not
to
that
me,
iconic,
it's
I
like.
don't know it.
I know.
Shout out to Disney's B team on that. Like,
Yeah.
really.
That was a great scene. I don't think it's sad at all. I just think it's so badass. I think Scar is badass.
It's not sad that he dies. What's sad is the reaction from his
Yeah,
child.
that's really it. Is when
Yeah.
Simba's like,
I mean, later I'm sad,
Yeah.
yeah,
He
but
should have
like
used
Scar
WD-40.
just makes that scene so cool. Like he could have like slashed
smelling
him. He
salts.
could have done so many things. He threw him off a cliff into a stampede. That is so.
How did
awesome.
Simba learn how to hunt?
He didn't.
He
He
didn't.
didn't. He,
So-
he learned
so
how to
how
hunt
did he
for
live?
grubs.
yeah, he mostly ate bugs with Timon and
bugs
Pumbaa.
with Timon and
He ate
Pumbaa.
bugs.
On that note, the reason I don't think it's all that sad is because Timon and Pumbaa really, really fucking just make you forget about all of it.
Yeah,
And
shout
Yeah,
out
he
to
did.
Cousin
They're-
Cranston,
Like right away.
Yeah, they're so goddamn funny in that movie.
Hey,
And I can't wait
come
for
on,
Seth
Timon, We need a
Rogen.
distraction. What do you want me to do? Dress
Just
and
drag
drag
and
and
do
do
the
the
hula?
hula?
If you're looking for a hunk of fat and juicy meat, take my buddy Puma here because he has a treat.
It's gonna be Seth Rogen. It's gonna be great.
He's gonna be in the background.
Oh, yaking, yep, yep,
Yup,
yep.
yup.
Horse, I'm making yep,
Yup,
yep,
yup.
yep. He's a big pig, yep, yep. You can be a big pig too. Boy!
Oh my god.
He's gonna be. He's like they could not have cast somebody better to be Pumbaa.
I think Seth Rogen's gonna kill
Ernie
it.
Sabella?
He's-
No, I don't.
I think he's gonna kill it.
I
Seth
hope he
Rogen is
does,
Pumbaa.
He
But I'm no.
is.
Kind of. Yeah.
You ever look at him and then look at Pumbaa? You ever listen to him talk? For
There-
God's sake.
There's
So
three
you-
that I think they
Yeah,
cast well.
essentially.
Simba,
I don't know.
Zazu, and Pumbaa. I think they.
Isn't Donald Glover Simba?
Yeah.
Yes.
And John
I'm cool
Oliver
with
is.
John Oliver's
Zazu.
gonna be
It's
fantastic.
gonna be awesome.
I don't know
Yes.
how I feel about that. I like John Oliver, but he's a shitty voice actor.
I think he's
But
gonna be a good.
he
sounds pretty similar to the
When I look
original
at
one.
him, I think, oh my god,
No,
Zazu.
he does look like a huge bird. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
But
he,
I
for
think he's a
me-
very bad voice
sounds
actor
like
because
the
he doesn't know
original
how
one.
to do delivery.
Well, we're gonna see how it goes.
I'm not
I
gonna
am
see it.
excited. Well, you're not gonna see it. I'm gonna see how it goes because I can't wait to watch Scar kill Mufasa in HD.
He'll be sitting there with her
You're not supposed to root for the
popcorn.
villain.
I love
it's
Scar.
Scar is a
okay?
very compelling villain,
Not only
though.
that, but Jeremy Irons' voice is like fire.
his voice
It's
is great.
Fire. It is
However,
so deep.
He's not gonna be.
I know.
Scar.
I'm not. I'm like
Who's Scar?
The dude that
Chiwetel
was,
Ejiofor.
Oh. Okay.
Which I like him. I just think Jeremy Irons' voice is so iconic that
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard for him to live up to it.
He might just do
Thank
his own
God
thing
James
with
Earl Jones
Yeah.
is still alive. I was
Yes,
telling Dave
yes.
earlier that there
Which
was
is a
no
miracle.
way that they were
It
gonna
is.
do Lion King without James
no,
Earl
they
Jones. They
would've.
probably
Oh yeah, no, they
I'm
would.
pretty sure they would have.
They
would
would
have
have.
milked
I
that
know it would
cash
have been
out.
awful.
it would have been good. I don't know if anybody who would go see it.
Even though Mufasa's only in it for like the first
Who-
10 minutes.
Who do you think they would
And
have
yet
gotten?
everybody loves Mufasa.
Because they
Who do you
they
think they would have tried to
show-
replace him with?
showed him as such a
Honestly,
great guy.
it probably would have ended up being a
See,
nobody
I-
from,
Scars.
well,
We're
not
having a lot of
nobody, but
conversations.
somebody from the musical. One of the people that played
Hmm.
Mufasa through that, because it, as
Yeah, we were
close
saying the
second,
original Mufasa.
either the
and
original
musical would
or
have
somebody
been good.
after.
That would have been fine.
Or we said Jim Cummings, right?
Oh yeah, Jim
Jim
Cummings could have
Cummings.
also
Or-
done Scar.
Pooh
Or
Bear.
Evil
Is he Pooh Bear?
Pooh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I
he
thought
did.
he did Eeyore too.
No,
Yeah, he
Pooh
did
Bear and
Eeyore.
Tigger.
Yeah.
Pooh
No,
Bear
he
and
also
Tigger are
did
his main
Eeyore.
ones.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he does Eeyore,
Yeah.
but Pooh Bear and Tigger are his main ones. He's the reason
I
that
love
Pooh Bear
Tigger.
He
still
also did
sounds the same.
Ka, I believe it.
Mm.
Yeah, we
his
Yeah.
talked
name
about
is.
that.
Evil Pooh.
Creepy,
Yeah.
creepy. I remember when I finally made the realization that that's the voice of Pooh, and I was like, oh my god, we're gonna be the same.
Yeah, they said they made a mistake by casting the bee.
yeah,
There
just
was
a
some
little
bad direction too.
I mean,
from,
Kyle wasn't
the
talented.
director.
No, but he was creepy and
sounded
he
like
was
Pooh.
sexual, and
he
he sounded like Pooh.
It was just
Being
not
sexual.
good.
It's very
It-
trust in me.
It was
hypnotizing.
better than Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
True.
Agreed.
Story.
Agreed.
Well, you can't beat Jim Cummings. He was amazing.
I will make the argument though that The Lion King 2 is better than The Lion King 1.
No,
No.
I'm gonna
The
shoot
soundtrack
down
is
right- I'm gonna
bits and
shoot.
pieces of it. Deception.
Disgrace.
Disgrace.
Evil is plain as the scar
Yeah.
on it. That's the only song I like.
Yeah,
from that
see-
movie. And Love Will Find a Way. I'm sorry, no, that's not an
No.
argument.
You
A lot
pendy.
of people disagree with me on this.
Independy.
That's a great fucking tune.
No,
Even like
Lion
with
King
Shakespeare.
2 was trash.
Yeah, it really was.
It was
Okay,
trash.
can I make my argument?
No.
Sure.
I'm going to. So,
She's
the-
gonna do it whether you let her or
a
not.
Disney movie that makes me cry is automatically a good Disney movie, okay? And this one made me cry.
When does that make you cry?
Okay, here's the thing. It for some reason when Kiara,
We always start talking about Lion King 2 with her.
I know we've had this conversation.
Because it's her fetish movie.
It's
I
not
know,
my
it
fetish
really
movie.
is.
No,
Really
when
not making a
Kiara
case for
gets in
yourself with the
trouble
whole
and
furry
she
thing.
almost fucking dies, and then Simba takes her back.
Feathery. Simba, you mean Kovu?
No, Simba.
When?
When Kiara's still little, and he's taking her back, and he's like gonna yell at her because she like disobeyed him.
Yeah, it's when they jumped on the crocodiles. Or
Right, yeah. And so that whole conversation and then the song, like, We Are One, and then he's, like, trying to show her how life is in Africa, and he's trying to show her that, you know, like, you can be who you want to be, and, like, this is who I am. Like, that
Except
gets
I can't
me.
be friends with Kovu.
You're gonna be a lion because I'm a lion.
Alright.
That movie was trash.
No.
I
It
really
really
liked it.
was.
Plus the fact that that one was based off of Romeo and Juliet, and I think that is the most romantic story. And
They kill each themselves at
because they can't live without each other.
Romeo and
But-
Juliet is fucking
Okay,
trash.
okay. It is trash.
It is
And in The Lion King 2, they don't die, which makes it so much less
Zero
romantic.
dies. Zero dies. Plus, it also
No one
it talks
cares about Zira.
it discusses racism a little bit, if you think about it. Because all of the lions in Zira's pride are, like, darker colored.
But
That's
what about the hyenas
because
in the first one?
Scar, they were outcasted because Scar was a darker color.
Right, but I'm saying, like, by them all coming together being like, hey, we are one, it's shut the fuck up. It's showing that there's no difference between your fucking skin color or fur color.
That had
if
nothing
you
to do
will.
with it. It had everything to do with the fact that they followed Scar and they wanted to take over. It had
no.
nothing to do with their skin color.
If you really read into it,
No! No, you're just pulling that out of your ass.
no, I'm not. I think that's a legit thing. Let us know in the comments.
That Missy's a racist.
Oh my god, guys! They literally
Five
say this
strong.
every single fucking time that we do this.
Strong.
I'm strong.
It's been every
Every
episode.
single
I know,
every-
it's pissing me off. I'm not a racist, for God's sake.
You keep bringing up.
Hold up. I'm proving the fact that this movie is, like,
No.
trying to... What?
You could also
It's
say
not.
that in the
Yes, it
first
is.
Lion King, since Scar's darker, that he's black and evil. That's what you're saying, so you're racist.
Yeah.
No, I'm not! No, I'm fucking not! Because I didn't even mention
It's
that
also-
point in the first one.
it's
I'm
also
mentioning it in the
that he's
second
Hitler,
one.
too.
Oh my god.
You're
Yeah,
also
well, that's
saying
true.
That since he's black, he's Hitler.
I'm fucking done. I'm
Why
done.
is he-
I think it was a good place to stop for
Oh
today.
yeah, because the whole...
Missy's a racist. Have a good weekend,
yeah.
everybody.
Very, not too late.
I try to make my point and it just
Happy
keeps
Monday,
going.
guys.
It's not Monday.
It's not Monday.
No, but when this goes out, it's on Monday. You have to start thinking about when it goes out.
You know what? You have to start thinking about treating me nicer.
We love you, miss, okay?
We treat you really well, and you
Who's
treat
been
us
here-
really well because we're the white color.
Oh my god! I
Do
quit.
you mean the right color?
I quit.
The
I'm
right
done.
color?
This is not Hairspray. This is not like the white direction, the right
Yeah,
direction.
like, I'm
No,
not
no,
racist at
stop.
all.
Leave
I'm
it to
not-
Disney
I'm
to devolve into
friends.
racism.
God.
I mean,
We can have a whole conversation.
for a long time, they
about
weren't
that.
very far off.
We can have a whole
That's
conversation
true.
about racist characters in Disney movies.
Ooh, that's not.
That's how you get off the internet.
That's
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm all
Alright.
Disneyed out.
And we good?
Yeah, I think we
Is
all
it-
said our piece.
We all hit our points.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Go
it.
ahead.
We're good.
Thanks for
You're
listening.
done. All right.
You done?
Wait, hang on.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Fuck off. So that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by, and we hope your time here was well spent. Fuck off.
Is it-